Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you. It's 9 o'clock here and we're getting ready for this winter storm. It's a really serious storm and you follow me a while, you kind of know my style here. Try not to get too high and low with things. This is one of those that I have a concern about, and there is some seriousness to it. So as we go along here, just know that I really want you to hear what I'm saying. And you're already watching these weather updates, so you're probably taking it pretty seriously. But, relay this to friends, family, to kind of underscore the problem. Here's why this storm is serious. We're going to get the roads messed up, first off. As we go into it, we're going to get the sleet on the roads, probably an inch or two. That's bad enough. And then after that, what we're going to do is put a layer of ice on everything in sight, about a half an inch. When you do that, you're adding all this extra weight to everything. So when it comes to power lines, adding about 500 pounds of extra weight to power lines. These are the types of things that causes trees to topple, power lines to come down. And not saying any of this to scare you, but just thinking about the fact that we might not be able to get where we need to go. And then you could be stuck at home without power and have to clean up all these trees. That's a bad situation. And it would be one thing if we were warming right back up to 60 degrees on Monday. We're not doing that. Instead, we're going to have some Arctic air on the move. It only gets colder going into next week. So these are going to be big problems for all of us, myself included, you, everyone in our area is going to have a pretty challenging week. And I use the word week now just to kind of underscore that I don't think these are quick fixes. If you lose power on Sunday, you're not getting the power back on Sunday. It'll probably take a while. And there will be people that get first in line and last in line. And this is going to be a problem. So all of that to say, we've got a storm. And we've got to get ready for it. We've got to be prepared and take care of each other. So we all have people in our lives to check up on, do that, and we'll get through it one way or another. We're going to get through it. But it is going to be a tough couple of days. And like I said, probably a tough week as well. So let's get straight up here. This is going to be your weather impact alert through the weekend. We have this starting for us tomorrow evening, running through Tuesday morning. Reason I did that is because of the Arctic air early next week. So here we have it across the Carolinas right now, a couple of different colors. Never a good thing when you see this many colors. So what does it all mean? Well, the deep purple, that's an ice storm warning. What's the difference between an ice storm warning and a winter storm warning? The answer is not much. Not much. In this case, one weather service office chose to do winter storm warning because we'll get some sleet and not just ice. It's mostly going to be an ice storm. It's an ice storm for pretty much all of us. Along the coastal plain even, they've got colors all the way down to Wilmington. They'll expect to have at least some lighter wintry weather. But for us, we've got the brunt of it, and we are going to get a bad amount. Now, looking right now, we're starting to finally get our first glimpse of the system. It's just taking shape. So if we take a look here in the middle of the country, this is where we're seeing it from Dallas, Texas. Still on the rain side, but this is kind of where it's taking shape. We're seeing winter storm setting up over Oklahoma. This is our system. And all of this coloration, whether it be sleet in the purple or the pink being the freezing rain, that's what's affecting them. It's also snowing in Kansas. So these are areas for us to keep an eye on as that storm gets a little bit closer. A couple of hours ago, it didn't look like much, but now it's really started to take shape. And it's on the move. It's on the move. It just took a little while. So we're expecting this to get started for our area tomorrow. And a lot of people have been asking me, what is the best time for me to kind of be done and be home? Great question. Important question. To me, I've been saying sometime between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So let's plan on that. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. going into tomorrow seems like a pretty good idea. So let's take an eye on this. Here are your temperatures in the 20s. Very, very cold out there. It sure does have a chance to start as snow. So if you're looking to see any snow around the area, let's plan on that being about 6 to 7 and 8 o'clock on Saturday. Already, though, if you're in Asheboro, this is probably starting from sleet right from the beginning. And all of that is to say, it's all because of a warmer layer of air above our heads. We're going to have some air above our heads this weekend that's warmer than it is at the ground. And that's why those snowflakes get melted, refrozen into sleet or freezing on the ground as freezing rain. And it's a big mess. Now, Saturday night is the sleet night. It's a noisy night. You're going to hear it pinging at the windows, making all kinds of ruckus and big noise. And that's something that we're tracking very closely, of course. Now, the sleet could add up. It will accumulate 1, 2, maybe 3 inches in some cases. Now, the areas that hold on to the sleet the longest, you're going to have the best chance to avoid damaging ice. Unfortunately, around 7 o'clock Sunday morning, we're already seeing that changeover. And then as we continue throughout the day on Sunday, this shade of pink, that is all freezing rain. That will continue through Sunday night. So we have about 12 hours of sleet, and then we have about 12 hours of freezing rain. That's the breakdown. Doesn't look good, right? That's not going to be something that's easy to handle. So I really expect high levels of impact from that. It's going to be a sleet show and then a glaze of ice on top of it. Plenty enough to cause problems with power outages and travel. And like we said, the whole storm is just a real big mess, and it's going to be a problem. And there's no way to escape it at this point. So all we can do is be prepared and get through it as best we can. Like I just showed you, the areas that change over to freezing rain first have the potential to get the most of it. So in our area, if you're south of I-40, you do unfortunately have a chance of seeing ice over half an inch. Over half an inch. That's a serious amount. It's a way, way big amount. Now to the north here, 1/4 of an inch to half an inch. That's still a really big amount, but it's a little less certain to have power outages. So either way, all of us are going to have big impacts from ice throughout this weekend. We can only hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Now, 2, maybe 3 inches of ice on the ground, that's a possibility for our northern counties. Sorry, sleet is what I meant to say. Sleet, those sleet pellets. That's what we're talking about here. Farther south, not quite as much. We don't need to spend too much time talking about the sleet. But for tomorrow, just to reiterate, you have some time here. You have time to get extra supplies. You have time to prepare if you want to. This will kind of take us through tomorrow evening. Right about 4, 5, 6 o'clock is probably when you want to get to where you want to be. And then on Sunday, it's just going to be a messy day of weather. That undersells it. It's going to be a horrible day of weather. All Sunday is going to be a horrible, horrible day of weather. I did want to show you as we go throughout the system, it's not that windy during the day on Sunday, but once we get into Monday, you can see right away Monday morning, that's when we'll start to get the sunshine back out. We're going to clear things up, and it's going to be real windy. So unfortunately, with that wind, we're going to add some extra stress to the trees. So the trees might already be bending or breaking, and now they're going to be windy. That's not a good situation. So that wind will continue throughout the day on Monday, and we'll have to deal with that. Beyond that, the final threat, and maybe the worst one for us, is this. Tuesday morning, bitterly cold air. I mean, we're real cold. Temperatures in the single digits possibly, going into Tuesday morning. Not looking good. It's going to be a bit of an issue to keep yourself warm. If you don't have power out there and you don't have heat, you're going to need to get creative. So a couple of things we've been brainstorming about and talking about. Obviously, you can check the drafts in your home. You can put up blankets. You can put up sheeting or plastic bags in the door jambs or those kind of things to seal things up. Those are things you can do. You can also just create a warmer room, have everybody gathered in the same place, the pets, the dogs, the kids, everybody. You can make one room kind of be your home base. Body heat helps, believe it or not. You can get sleeping bags if you've got them, use them. You could even set up a tent inside if you wanted to do that. Those are options, but you're going to have to be creative if you don't have power next week, and those power outages could last for days. I have the timeline on the screen here for you. Again, nothing with that has really changed throughout this event, but it's just a serious storm, so take it seriously. We've got major impacts from sleet, major impacts from ice. You could be stuck for several days. We're all going to have to deal with this, and this is not going anywhere anytime soon. Power outages will linger. Icy roads will linger. We've got a lot of help coming. We've seen the power crews. They're here. We salute them very much for their work, but they're going to have a lot of work ahead of them, I think. So power outages lasting several days, unfortunately, is probably in our future, and it's going to be a tough go of it. So that's the forecast here. Looking at your 7-day now, we do see a good chance, well, a guarantee of the winter storm on Sunday. But once we go into Monday of next week, we're in good shape. Dry weather. And then by Tuesday morning, that's the worst of it. 5 degrees. That's going to be very difficult for Tuesday morning. And then beyond that, we'll be able to stay pretty dry through the rest of next week, at least initially. Now, as we go throughout the storm here, this is going to be something that we follow very carefully for you. We're going to be doing these hourly cut-ins throughout the weekend. You can always text us any weather questions that you might have. We'll do our best to get them answered either by text or on the program. Make sure to include your name and location. And I would encourage you this, if you have photos of the storm, trees down, ice accumulations, anything along those lines, you can text that to us. The phone number is 379-5775. So just go ahead, add that as a contact in your phone. You can call it WFMY News 2. Shoot a text there, we'll see it, and we'll try and get back to you as best we can. But certainly appreciate you watching this now and getting yourself informed. And we'll be back with you with more information as we go throughout the night. Another update coming in at 10 o'clock and throughout the weekend as well. Stay safe out there.